With this video, I want to talk about making the tip with the beginning scrapes and how to develop more consistency. Oftentimes you'll see in books, and teachers will say to start the tip, say we measure it at 66, and then we start the tip at 66. What I would like you to do, and what I find helps, is to just a few millimeters from the end. Just scrape the ends off. And try to not have any catches and just scrape the end and keep it even throughout. So it's looks something like that. Now what you can do is measure the beginning of the tip, which is another probably 3 millimeters back, and scrape the start of the tip. Now what this does, it keeps the tip much smoother. It helps with the slope of the tip. What I find is that it reduces the amount of catching that you get when you do the reed this way. And the tip is smoother. Of course, we have to scrape through the catches when we have them, usually at an angle, right? That's the best way to do it. And by doing this, the plane will be a little smoother. And a smooth tip usually vibrates better. I've also found that when you begin the tip well in the reed making process, usually the reed turns out much better. Well, you could continue a little bit, but you don't want to go too far, because then you'll start taking the sides off. You have to be careful not to do that. Then we'll separate it. Put our plaque in here. Also make sure that the cane is fairly soaked before you start scraping. It helps with the vibration. You want the reed to vibrate as much as it can right off the bat. Now we can clean this up, and once again I'll start from the front, a few millimeters from the front. Scraping off the end. Now this side needs a little more work. You can usually feel the thickness with your knife. This one's nice. This one needs a little more. I'm not bearing down, just scraping the surface. And then we can move back in the tip when scraping it. This keeps the tip smooth because you've already removed the material in the front, you see. You've already removed the material up here, so there's nothing to get in the way when you move further back in the tip. And it comes off nice and smooth. See that? There's no catches. There's no chatter. If you do encounter some chatter or the catches, then you just gently, at an angle, you can scrape away at the sides of it and usually get rid of it. And then you'll have something that looks like that. Very homogeneous. That's a pretty good thickness right there. Nice even slope. This is a terrific way to begin the reed. And now once I have it at about this point, then I'll just scrape the channels. This should help your consistency with reed making quite a bit. The reed's going to look better. It's going to look much smoother, more even, and proportionally it will be better. It's an easier way to do things. You'll also be able to tell how thick the reed is and how much you need to remove a little more easily, and how strong it is. This will work for, a variety of gouges. And it should vibrate once we get it to this point. And it does. It's got plenty of rattle, and it gives you a good idea that it looks smooth and blended, which is how you want to start it. There's no catches. It has a certain evenness to it. If you wanted to enhance the rattle, usually what we do is we just define the corners at the beginning of the tip a little bit. And this will free up the rattle quite a bit. Let's see what we got. That's pretty good rattle. That reed's going to turn out well. I find that when you do the reed, you start the reed off with the tip nicely, not doing too much too soon, and getting the reed to vibrate but evenly, that you will have a lot more consistency in your reed making. So as we begin our new season of playing, best of luck with that. Until next time.